What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jordan A back in the building. Front runner beginning of the year, in my opinion. 2022 Elden. Now, we are at Ninth Mount Gilmer campsite. Um, and up the top of there is the next boss, Star Beast or whatever he is. And I have tried and tried and tried, and I can't get him. There's always some bullshit at the end. So what I've done is I've reallocated my flasks 11 to 1. 11 magic, 1 Prism of Healing Points. And what we about to do is straight cheese this asshole because I'm just not gonna do it anymore. And I mean, right there, I guess, is the way out. I can just easily just go past him, ride down there, and that'll be the end of it. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna give me a great stone. I wouldn't mind having one right here, and whatever runes he got to give me for this loss, he can go ahead and give them up because he fucking owes me. So at this point, we're gonna cheese him, and I'm gonna record the whole thing, and I'm not gonna edit it. But we are gonna literally blow smoke up his ass. That's what I'm going to title this video. Blowing smoke up his ass. I got to a point, alright, after two nice breaths, poison is starting to take effect. And I was thinking about grabbing my dragon rot breath, and hitting him with that too, but I don't like fighting on horseback, YouTube. Point blank fucking period. Do not like fighting on horseback, more especially boss battles fought on horseback. No, I'm just not comfortable doing things that way. I'd rather stand up and, put my shield up, block when I can, roll when I feel like I need to, and call my little summons in, and get to smacking them around that way, as opposed to just riding around on a horse and trying to whack at these fucking dudes. As much as possible. I don't want to battle that way. I do not like fighting on horseback. I mean, it's fun sometimes, but in a battle like this where you're forced to do it, like staying on foot is like really not even a smart option. I'm not a big fan of that at all, and I'm really hoping this is really not my first, but it's one of my first mains. I took out a couple dragons, um, by being on the horse and being more mobile, and that to me that was different. The dragons, they're fucking assholes, and for me it was just easier to get that done, to do it that way. But this guy, he's fucking different. Not to mention that we fighting on this crater on top of this mountain, and I keep going over the edge at the most inopportune moments. Like I had him down to the last less than an eighth of an inch, and I stood up and I hit him with my crystal sword, which at this point is stronger than my Uchi Katana plus 15. And all I had to do was hit him one more time. And the only reason why I did it was because I was out of poison mist. I didn't summon anybody, which I should have did that first. But I used all When I had my flask, I think I came in. I think I had them on the max at 8. Now I'm gonna put it up to 11. This is the most I've ever done. I'm gonna have enough poison mist to blow smoke up his ass until he disappears. And that's just what I'm gonna fucking do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna discriminate. I'm not gonna second guess. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. Hit him one more time. More green smoke up his ass. But I mean, I got I ran out of 8. The 8 that I had, he was down to a quarter, and I smacked him once, and all I had to do was hit him one more time, and he did something and pulled me in the stump, and it was a wrap for me. When you get him up to about close to 1,500, or in some cases over 1,500, the poison it just cuts off and stops. So you gotta watch that. I'm gonna sit here after 2 blows, and I'm gonna see how long it takes to start affecting them. The numbers start popping up. There they go, right there. Before they wear out. And this is it, YouTube. I found this cheese on another YouTuber's page. Um, Shout out to him if I remember what his name is. I will let y'all know. But shit, he got like 280,000 views for this one video. So he had to be one of the first ones to find it, if not the first to find it. And I'm glad that I stumbled upon it because I was like, fuck this. I feel handicapped riding around, on the horse. And, this guy, he uses fucking gravity. He's got lightning going everywhere. He's got this, he's got that. And since then, I have leveled up a few of my summons. My Headless Knight and my other dude, I've leveled up a few. But last night was probably attempt number 15. And at that point, I didn't think about using a great room. I was like, man, maybe I should just use a great room, smack them up a little bit more. But as soon as you die, it's over for the great room. And that's the thing I didn't want to do. That's the thing I didn't want to do. So, see how it gets. 1456, and that's it. That back in the building. But yeah, last night was about maybe my 15th try, which 15 ain't a whole lot. Margaret fell home in the first boss. I know I fought him at least 20 plus. I know that for a fact. And then the second boss, Godric. Godric was over 30. I know that. And then it started to go, down and down and down. My third main boss that I fought was Raya. And I think Raya took me about close to 10 times. And then Star Scourge Radon, which Radon only took me about 4 times. But this fucking beast thing riding around, fuck that. Like, fuck that. And I just wasn't gonna do it anymore, and I broke, and I went to YouTube, and I typed in, his name, and, look, and the first thing that popped up was the cheese. And I didn't know where the poison mist was. I did not have it. So I went, I went and I got it. And I said, this is it for this motherfucker here. And just the horse battles. Fuck that. You know, the horseback battles. So it's basically it's going up by 16s. That's the way it's going. It's just going up by 16. Multiply by 16 all the way up to about 1456. I actually last night I got it over 1500, but I was blowing the smoke too fast. I wasn't even waiting for it to dissipate. You know what I'm saying? I was just blowing smoke. I was just blowing smoke, and the sun that came up and went down already, and it keep on coming up and going down. I'm gonna continue to blow smoke. I got 8 more. And this is where I started last night. I started with 8, and I got down to 0. And I had to hit him maybe about 2 times, 3 at most. I whacked him once. He double back kicked me across the fucking thing. I used my health flask, and once I used my health flask, he did the gravity thing and pulled me in, did something and stomped. And I mean, if I would have just summoned somebody, it would have been over. If I would have just summoned Ingball or whoever, it would have probably been over. I could have just summoned Ingball and just rolled away. When I got down to my last blue flask, when I got down to one left and I used it, then it was my last one. My whole bar was full. Imagine. At that point, I should have just summoned Ingball and then got on Torrent and then hit him. But I didn't. I didn't even get on Torrent. I just hit him. And he fucking horse buck back kicked the shit out of me. Damn near on the edge. Got on Torrent and went to go turn around and run and fell off the fucking edge. And I said, this is it. This is it. And do I feel bad about the cheese? Yeah. Because out of all of the Souls games that I've played, I've told the story several times about the history of me and From Software, from the original Demon Souls in '09 on the PS3 to Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, 1 and 2 with the strategy guides, and then Bloodborne, which Bloodborne was the one that gave me my aha moment. That gave me my Soulsborne aha moment. It was Bloodborne. And after Bloodborne, when I had that moment, that sense of achievement, it hit me deep, YouTube. It was deep. And I said, man, this is it. Like that sense of accomplishment, I hadn't felt that for fucking ever. Probably the first time, probably that feeling, I felt like I just knocked out Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. See, and I mean, I'm an old school gamer. I'm not going to sit here and tell you 007-373-5963 because that's the code for Mike Tyson. And it came out in that Nintendo Power after Mike Tyson's Punch Out was only out for, for a small period of time. And everybody, I was a Nintendo Power member. So when that Nintendo Power came, what did I do with that code? 007-373-5963. What did I do with that code? Shit. I sold that motherfucker. 50 cents. 50 cents. And what you think I did? Write it down on a piece of paper? Hell the fuck no, I didn't write it down on a piece of paper. Went to my friend's house, all through North Camden. Shit, all the way up to 10th Street. From 2nd Street to 10th Street. And like, look, man, give me 50 cents, I'll give you the code. Oh, man, no, just put it in for me. Nah, bro, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And then I come in, put it in for them, and they looking all fast. Let them fight Mike one time. They be like, nah, dude, you gotta give it to me. You gotta give me the code. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not writing it down. Give me my 50 cent. Boop, boop. Give me my 50 cent. This is the code. And then I would tell them, fuck, 7, 8, 9 times. That's all it took, and they would have it memorized, and that's all it took. I did that all. I did that all starting on a Friday afternoon, all through Saturday, and that Sunday I had to go to church. So between that Friday and that Saturday, I made about 20, 27, $28, all in quarters. And what did I do with that 27, $28 in quarters? What did I do? Went up on 9th Street to the motherfucking Poppy store and spent all of it on Double Dragon and Spy Hunter. It ain't like I went down to the Rutgers Arcade too, and the Camden campus, and I turned some of it for tokens or whatever. The thing about playing in the Rutgers Arcade back then, it's a college campus, and security came up there and seeing my age at that time, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? You see a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old on a college campus playing the arcade games. Number one, you knew that the kid wasn't in college. You know what I'm saying? And then you knew that the kid wasn't supposed to be in there because he wasn't a member of the college. So you get kicked out. And then what do? You go out the front door and you leave. And you wait a few minutes. And then you go back in there again with your money. And you put it in the machine and you keep on playing. And you hope that security guard don't come around for at least another 15, 20, 30 minutes, which, it took that long sometimes, because they had to do their routes and things like that. And then he come back and see you, he kick you out again. He might tell you next time I'm gonna call the police on you or whatever, but it was worth the risk. It was an arcade. It was on the college campus. See, but the thing about it was, because I hated it back then, as a youngin', but I look at it now as a grown man, 43 years old, and you got to think, this arcade was for the college kids. Nintendo was out. The NES was out. The Sega Master System was out. And Sega Genesis was on the way out. Genesis does what Nintendo doesn't. TurboGrafx 16 was on its way out, but they wasn't out yet. So the only thing we had to play at home was Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, ColecoVision, Intellivision, Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Master System. And playing your Nintendo, something be an arcade. It could be Kung Fu. It could be Super Mario Brothers. It could be Contra. It could be pro wrestling. It could be whatever the title was. Something was in the arcade. Bad Dudes. It could be whatever. Karate Champ. Double Triple. It could be whatever. You play them games on your console in the crib, you noticed what was missing. It didn't look like the arcade version. It definitely didn't sound like the arcade version. And then the more you started to dig the details, you will realize how much different it was from that arcade version. And look at that. I got this thing down. He is out of here. And I could take the chance and whack at him a couple times, but I ain't gonna do it. Do it. Cause that one little fucking mule kick can knock me back, and I'm not doing it. A whack from my crystal will take his ass out. I'm gonna keep blowing smoke up his ass. But I hadn't felt that sense of accomplishment that I felt beating that first boss in Bloodborne, the big fucking wolf on the bridge. I hadn't felt that sense of accomplishment since I played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, from Glass Joe to Mike Tyson, and finally knocked out Mike Tyson without the 007373593. You couldn't tell me nothing. And when I did knock him out, nobody in the whole hood believed me. Nobody. I'm like, I beat it. They're like, man, you ain't fucking beat it. You can't get past Soda Popinski. Like Soda Popinski. Got there. Go in their crib and work my way up, like literally. And then I got everybody sitting there watching me, My nickname is Pigeon. There it is. Got it. And that's how we gonna do it. Smithy Stone 6. Falling Star Beast Jaw. Nice. And we will. I don't even get a room for that. I don't get a room. Alright. That's the Falling Star Beast cheese. Blue smoke up his ass. And if you want to take him out, that's the simplest way to get it done, YouTube.